2004, where the BLM was looking to have law enforcement authority within Nevada. They tried to do this in 1997, where they were petitioning the state of Nevada, petitioning individual counties to give them law enforcement authority. They were asking for for local authority on public managed lands. And it was kind of interesting because I would have thought that if they were a federal law enforcement entity, that they would have ability to actually enforce laws on federal lands. Apparently they don't have that authority. And they were informed in 1997 that it was an overreach of Article 1. I felt that any encroachment back in 97 in the individual counties was unlawful and illegal, and they wouldn't stand for it. They actually told them no. They tried again in June of 2004 when I was sheriff. I found out about it. I wrote a letter to Erica Schumacher and to other members of the BLM to inform, especially the director of BLM, to inform them that we did not appreciate federalism taking place in Nye County, and that we weren't going to support it. And even though they stated in their letter, in a memo, that it wasn't federalism, we looked at it as such. They're overreaching their federal authority. They're trying to overreach their authority into Nevada, which we didn't appreciate, and especially in Nye County, we're on the law enforcement authority in Nye County. Then I informed them that it wouldn't be appreciated, that I wouldn't support it. In conjunction with that, the Nye County Commissioners issued a resolution stating that the Nye County Sheriff's Office is the law enforcement authority in Nye County. They didn't recognize their authority in Nevada, and that they didn't recognize they actually had any kind of authority to write any kind of citation on public managed properties outside of what they're given as far as writing the civil complaints or the criminal complaints that they write, as we believe as private citizens, not any type of law enforcement entity in Nevada. And so that was the last major attempt for BLM to actually get a law enforcement authority. And those are some of the issues that have taken place in Nye County with dealing with the federal government, and we find it somewhat troubling. We in the sheriff's office, we find it troubling, especially the deputies that actually are in Northern Area Command that patrol this vast area. Let me explain. The Nye County is as large as 4 East Coast states. Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Delaware and Rhode Island can fit into Nye County with room left over. And so in the northern areas, that area they patrol is the size of the state of Massachusetts, well over 10,000 square miles. And the deputies have their time is spent, especially in the real northwestern parts of our county, to deal with ranching issues. And we do come in contact with BLM, the Rangers, and U.S. Forest Service time to time. But the issues that really, that we're really troubled about is the fact that an agency is looking to violate, a federal agency is looking to violate the Constitution. They take the same oath of office we do. The President takes the office to protect and serve the Constitution. His oath of office is 14 words. It's in we empowered through that by the Constitution. The oath of office is in our Constitution and the articles of our Constitution. Now, we take an oath of office not only to protect and serve the Constitution of the United States of America, but the state Constitution as well, to protect and serve the citizens that we serve. And, and we find that why people take an oath of office to protect and serve the Constitution are and as people responsible of why we're breaking that Constitution. And we don't know whether they are knowledgeable about it, or we don't know if if it's the following of the orders, which we believe are unlawful orders, because outside of the law, if you're operating outside the Constitution, you're operating outside of the state Constitution, you're operating outside of state and policy. It's an unlawful order, and our deputies can refuse unlawful orders. And we don't know why members of an agency, a federal agency, don't take the same stance and state no, it's an unlawful order. And so we're troubled by that, but we understand it's they operate sometimes in a different realm than we do. Sometimes I don't believe that law enforcement at the federal level, and not all law enforcement at certain levels, don't understand that their power doesn't come from the badge. Their power doesn't come from the President of the United States. Their power doesn't come from Congress or the Senate or the directors of the different agencies. As law enforcement, and going back and reading, a police academy manual going back to 1891, and in that document, they state that the authority emanates from the people we serve. It doesn't come from any type of, article of office. It doesn't come from the physical building or at all, but from the people we serve. And I find that maybe they don't understand that, and I think that sometimes people forget that those people that you're looking to encroach on their property unlawfully. It's unlawful encroachment. Doing unlawful actions is a violation of our Constitution, and it's also a violation to the people that you're serving, because that's where your power comes from, and you can't violate that. And that's one of the esteemed pleasures we have, is to realize that, and the privilege we have. This office is not a right. Law enforcement, the officers, is not right to be a cop or to be a sheriff or be a deputy sheriff or work for any federal agency. It's a privilege you get when you pass your academy and then you're sworn into office, and it's a privilege that we have to serve. And it's not a vested right. It's a privilege. So I think sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that. Thank you for your time.